I want you to quit. No, seriously. I want you to stop chasing. Stop grinding yourself into the ground trying to win a game that was designed from the beginning to keep you exhausted. I know that goes against everything you've been taught since childhood, but I spent the first 50 years of my life trying to become somebody important. Trying to earn happiness. Trying to arrive at this mythical destination where I'd finally wake up one morning and feel complete inside. And it nearly killed me. I'm 85 years old now, and the exact moment I surrendered, the exact moment I stopped trying to win in the eyes of society, was the exact moment I finally began living for real. Right now you're carrying a backpack full of bricks on your shoulders, and the tragedy is you've been carrying it so long. You don't even realize it's there anymore. Sit with me for a minute. Let an old man show you how to finally put the damn thing down. Look at me. I live in a rusted 1974 Airstream trailer out in the desert. No land ownership, no impressive. Hanging on the wall, no investments worth bragging about. I wear the same 3 flannel shirts until the elbows wear through completely. But I wasn't always this version of myself. Back in 1961, I was sitting inside a lecture hall at Yale Law School wearing tailored suits with a perfect haircut and a future everybody envied. I was one of the golden boys, the kind of young man people pointed toward and said, "That kid is going places." And one afternoon I looked around that room at the professors, the successful alumni, the powerful men returning to speak to us. They had money, prestige, influence, everything society promised would make a person fulfilled. And yet every single one of them looked spiritually exhausted. Their eyes were dead. That moment terrified me more than failure ever could have. Because I realized the summit everybody was climbing toward wasn't freedom at all. It was just a prettier prison. A graveyard filled with high-performing men pretending they weren't suffocating inside their own success. So I walked away, I left the degree behind, left the career path, left the whole machine entirely, and for the first time in my life, I became nobody. Sitting here today inside this old aluminum trailer with almost nothing to my name, I am infinitely more peaceful than most billionaires alive. Because modern society runs on one core principle above all else, your dissatisfaction. A human being who feels genuinely content is basically useless to the economy. Think about it carefully. If you woke up tomorrow morning, drank a cheap cup of coffee, stared at the ceiling, and honestly said to yourself, "You know what? My life is enough already," then the entire system would lose control over you instantly. You would stop buying things trying to repair imaginary emptiness inside yourself. You'd stop chasing status symbols. Stop treating your self-worth like some scoreboard that needs constant updating. So the machine has to invent a disease to keep you moving forever. And that disease is the feeling that your life is always missing something important. Happiness exists. But only one promotion further, one relationship further, one purchase further, one improved version of yourself further down the road. They sell happiness as a destination, but only if you keep buying the map over and over again. Back in the late 70s, I worked as a bartender down in Key West. Wall Street boys used to fly in every weekend wearing Rolex watches and talking loudly about yachts, business deals, and money. These men had everything society promises will fulfill you, and what shocked me wasn't that they were stressed, it was that they were terrified. Because deep down, they had finally caught the rabbit they spent their entire lives chasing, and the emptiness inside them was still sitting there untouched. The money didn't fix it, the house didn't fix it, the women didn't fix it either. So what do people do when the thing they sacrificed everything for fails to heal them? They double down, bigger house, bigger salary, bigger distractions. It becomes a hamster wheel wrapped in velvet. And honestly, modern culture made this even worse for younger people today. At least my generation only tried to buy happiness with money. Your generation turned happiness into a full-time optimization project. Everybody is tracking something now. Sleep trackers, cold plunges, supplements, morning routines, productivity systems, meditation apps, dopamine optimization. People are treating themselves like broken software that needs constant updating. If I wake up at 4:30, if I take the perfect vitamins, if I optimize my brain chemistry, then maybe I'll finally feel okay. No, you won't, because you're trying to solve a spiritual problem using performance metrics and life hacks, and it will never truly work. You're climbing a mountain while stuffing bricks into your backpack the entire way up. 6-figure income, brick. Perfect body, brick. Ultimate purpose, brick. Flawless morning routine, another brick. Of course you're exhausted. Your entire identity has become one endless self-improvement project, and the greatest secret I can give you, after 85 years on this earth, is simple. You are allowed to put the backpack down. You do not need to optimize your humanity in order to deserve peace. You do not need to earn your right to exist quietly. The moment happiness becomes another item on your to-do list, sadness starts feeling like failure. Now suddenly you're not just depressed anymore. You're depressed about being depressed because your expensive routine didn't magically erase loneliness from your life. That's the cruel joke nobody warns you about. Meanwhile, every time you open your phone, you're flooded with highlight reels from millions of people pretending they've completely figured life out already. Listen carefully to an old man here. The people constantly advertising how happy they are usually some of the most miserable people alive. Truly happy people do not need witnesses every 5 minutes. I've spent 85 years talking to drifters, businessmen, edicts, politicians, runaway teenagers, wealthy executives, and every kind of soul in between. And I can tell you with complete certainty that almost nobody feels as fulfilled as they pretend to online. Most people are performing constantly, and you are comparing your private reality to their public theater production. That's why you feel inadequate all the time. But let me give you some perspective from the end of the road. In 100 years, every single person currently judging you will be gone forever. The boss you're terrified of disappointing, gone. The strangers online you're exhausting yourself trying to impress, gone. The social standards you're desperately trying to meet, gone. This entire game disappears eventually whether you win it or not. And I'm not telling you that to depress you. I'm telling you because it should set you free. Because if none of this lasts forever, then maybe you're finally allowed to enjoy your ordinary Tuesday afternoon. Maybe life was never meant to feel fully optimized all the time. Maybe boredom, confusion, sadness, and uncertainty are not design flaws that need fixing. Maybe they're just part of being alive. I didn't give up on life itself. I only gave up on the endless chase. That's the difference most people misunderstand. One day I simply stopped demanding that existence make me permanently happy every second of the day. If I felt sad, I allowed myself to feel sad. If I was tired, I rested without guilt. If I felt lonely, I sat quietly with that feeling instead of medicating it with noise and distraction. And the strangest thing happened once I stopped wrestling with life constantly. Life slowly became beautiful again in ways I never expected. Because when you stop forcing happiness, peace quietly walks through the door on its own. So here's my advice to you. Quit. Resign from the endless competition. Stop treating yourself like a machine that requires constant upgrading in order to deserve love, peace, or rest. Throw away the fantasy that one perfect future version of you is finally going to earn the right to feel okay inside. You already do, right now, exactly as you are sitting here reading this. Tomorrow morning, don't optimize a damn thing. Don't track your sleep score. Don't journal your productivity goals before sunrise. Don't watch another motivational video telling you how to become a high-performance machine. Go outside instead. Look at a tree moving in the wind. Drink a cheap cup of coffee slowly. Take one deep breath. And say these words out loud to yourself. I have absolutely nothing to prove today. Then just sit there for a moment and allow yourself to simply exist. That is more than enough.